Hi everyone, and welcome to all my dear learners. Today we are back with another discussion session where we are going to take a very important point, Piyush, and I think that it is a necessary topic that we should discuss today because it is quite common for most of the people to travel abroad or to various places all throughout. And most of the times we might not be aware about where to go, from where we should start the journey, or how we can ask the directions in a polite manner, because it is always important to sound polite. If you are ever visiting a foreign country, we should always try to give importance on our voice modulation, how we are speaking to people, whether we are
Right.
speaking in a professional manner or in a polite manner, because people always judge you with your way of speaking. I feel that is very important, right, Piyush? So today we are going to discuss that how we can ask for directions politely from people. Okay. So what is your opinion on this topic today, Piyush? What do you want to say?
Right. Thank you, Trishika. That's a really great start for today. So basically, when we usually talk about giving directions politely, we are focusing really on the three main elements. The first one is the language. That is, are you using the softeners like please, could you, or would you
Mhm.
mind? And the second one is the tone. Even a polite word can sound rude if said in an irritated manner. The
Right.
third one I would like to mention is over here body language, especially for in person conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Your gestures and facial expressions matters a lot.
Yes.
So I wanted to just give a quick comparison, like in
Mhm.
an impolite manner, and then I would make it clear by in the polite manner. So let's suppose in the impolite manner, I said, go straight and turn left. That's
Mhm.
a impolite manner. Now, in the polite manner, we can say the same sentence saying that, could you please go straight and then take a left at the signal?
Mm-hmm.
Notice how the polite version gives the same instructions but feels like more straight and respectful,
Right.
right? So these are the things, but how we say it really matters. Actually, what we say, how we say that really matters. Then how
Yes.
what we say. Actually, a polite and the professional tone basically builds the trust, cooperation, and
Mm-hmm.
respect. Whereas the harsh or the commanding tone can feel rude or the dismissive. So I just wanted to say by the end of this session, you will be equipped with the polite phrases, tips from both of our sides, tonal tips, and real life examples to help you sound more professional and courteous. What do you say, Trishika?
Yes, Piyush, I really agree with you because in our daily life, we come across a lot of struggles, especially our dear learners. They don't know how to speak, like they are already polite, but the way you speak, that should sound like you are really being polite.
Right.
Sometimes we really misuse the way we use language, like we misunderstand people very easily. And it is very difficult to convince people also. Have you noticed that? That's why we say
Very
first
much.
impression. Yes, that's why we say that first impression is the last impression. Many times I have noticed that the person is not rude at all, but the way they are speaking to other person, it may sound a bit rude because you are not using the words like please, may I, is it possible, like that. And you are just, the way you are speaking, it is sounding as if you are ordering someone around. In reality,
Right.
you do not have any intention like that, right? So I totally agree with you, Piyush. It will help the learners to understand that how people will be able to understand your true intention without misunderstanding you at all, right? So, firstly, I just want to start one topic from my side, that is the topic through which you can sound polite while giving directions. I think, Piyush, that it is always important to start your conversation with a greeting, like good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, right? Or excuse me, like that. Always make sure that you start your conversation with a polite greeting because there is a reason behind it. Everything has a reason, right? When you greet that person in a polite manner, it actually catches the other person's attention at once in a respectful manner. that person will be like, okay, the other person does not know me properly, but still they are greeting me in such a great manner, right? And make sure that you are having a courteous tone. Okay, it's very important to not sound impolite and eager also. Eager, in a hasty way, very
Right.
aggressive. Don't sound like that. Make sure you're sounding polite. And before asking your question, you always start with a greeting. Okay, it is very important. What is your opinion, Piyush?
Exactly, Drishika. I think the same way as you. As that you have given some phrases for the direction, I also wanted to add over here some phrases for giving the instructions. That is professional sounding phrases.
Mm-hmm.
So here are the few examples of that. You can use "could you please" in a professional tone. Like you can
Yes.
use "could you please give me a glass of water" or "could you please send my files by 5 p.m."
Mm-hmm.
So this type of phrases, if you use "could you please," I would appreciate it if you could. When you have a moment, please, would you mind doing my work? So this kind of phrases adds not
Mm-hmm.
only a professional
Absolutely
tone,
correct.
but also it acts like a softener. Like they makes your instructions sound more polite and considerable at the same time.
Yes.
So, using such phrases in the workplaces or in the classroom can elaborate your like communication and reduce the friction as well, right?
Yes.
So, I wanted to know, Trishika, that what are the tone and context matter in this type of phrases? What's your opinion over to it?
Yes, Piyush, first of all, I would love to continue from where you stopped, from where you left. Could you please? This
Yeah,
is a sentence which you can use so that people do not misunderstand you. Like, as
great.
you gave two examples, where first it felt as if you were ordering around, and second,
Right.
where you added the phrase please, right? So, that is a vital difference between both of them. Tone is very important. Now, let me express two things. Firstly, if I say, can you do this? Second, can you do this, please? Right? Have you noticed the difference, the vital difference? I made my voice a bit low at that time, and I made sure that it did not sound aggressive, it did not sound hasty, and I was very polite towards the other person. So, your voice modulation, your voice tone, everything matters a lot, Piyush. And I also want to add one more thing here. You should also try to be specific with your question. See, many people are there whom you can approach, but they are also having something on their plate. They might be busy with their daily schedule. They might have very less time on their hands. So, when you are asking for some advice or for some directions from the strangers, make sure your question is specific. It's not something where you are going round and round and round. Okay, it is very important. And you can use some phrases like, could you tell me how to get to the Central Park? Right? Here it is specific. I'm not moving round and round, right? Second is there a bus stop near this place? Right? So here what is happening? It is helping me to convey to the other person that I am also in a hurry. At the same time, I am also sounding polite at the same time. So that the other person can understand exactly what you are looking for, what you want to know about. Okay,
Very,
and it is very important to get the right direction. When your question is specified, when your question is specific, then only you will get the specific answer. That is very important. What is your opinion, Piyush?
very right, Drishika. I also think the same way. And that's a great list, by the way. So let me also emphasize the contents, the context, and the
Yes.
tone as just are as important as sound,
Mhm.
like said by you also. For example, let's say if you are giving an instruction to a
Mhm.
child, a trainee, or someone you are unfamiliar, as said by you, you need to
Yes.
speak slowly, use simple and the specific vocabulary at that time. And the
Yeah.
most important thing, that with patience you have to say and with the encouragement. In contrast, if
Absolutely.
you are in the professional settings, like in your work culture or in
Mhm.
your workspace, make sure you don't avoid these things, avoid being bossy, giving the
Right.
clear directions, giving the clear timelines every time, and also follow up politely if needed.
Yes.
Like instead of saying do it now, you could say, would it be please possible to complete this today? You can sound
Right.
like this. So it makes a quite major difference in between your
Yes.
professional work also, and it
Mm-hmm.
makes you professional. At the same time, it makes your conversation stand out from the other.
Absolutely.
So these are the like phrases that matters a lot in the professional settings, and also while giving the like directions in the public or the professional settings. It can, you can use like the surrounding the like I would say it's that way, just go straight. So it sounds like more like you are just ordinarily talking. And if
Mm-hmm.
you say sure, walk right for 2 blocks and then turn around after the like red light. So it gives a more clear instruction, more clear
Absolutely.
direction to the other person.
Yes.
So adding let me help you or allow me to assist you sounds professional and welcoming at the same time, right? What do you
Absolutely.
think, Rishika?
Yes, I totally agree with you because the other person should feel welcoming. That is very important, right?
Right.
Because you want their direction. Make sure that the other person is feeling comfortable with you. So, I have one more point which is related to what you said just now. That is, use your body language appropriately. Okay, body language means that while you are talking with a stranger, make sure you maintain a great distance from them, because sometimes some people they don't like when you are standing face to face with someone and you're talking very closer to them, because some people they have their personal boundary. It's very important, we have to follow that, right? You have to maintain eye contact when you are talking with them. You have to smile gently, because when you are smiling, the other person will be at ease, right?
Right.
And thirdly, you should also try to make the person feel comfortable by making or by maintaining a safer distance, so that the other person is also feeling very much comfortable, and so that the other person is also willing to help. Just imagine all of a sudden, you are just doing your work and someone comes and stands near to you. How will you feel, right? That will become very awkward. So make sure that you are standing at a great distance and you are also smiling from time to time, so that the other person will feel comfortable, right? What's your opinion on that, Piyush?
I totally agree with it. Like in the professional situations also, or in the personal work also, especially, I would like to mention over here one thing, Drishika, that especially this is said, like when we are talking to someone, especially
Mm-hmm.
the foreigners that
Yes.
came to India, like
Yes.
we have to maintain a proper decorum for that, because it shows us, like it shows them our image, that
Yes.
how we are actually. If
Right.
we are not in a proper like behavior with them, how can we be polite or the gentle with the person around us? So we have to make sure we have to follow the professional like behavior. Apart
Yes.
from that, like you can follow the professional tips that was given in today's video. You can follow the professional phrases that sounds more emphasizing and more correctly when you are talking with someone. So now I would say like that's really impressive when you talk with someone with a like these type of professional phrases that gives you an edge. Okay, so
Right.
I only wanted to say now let's look at how to transform like direct commands into the polite request. Let's
Right.
for an example, uh, it's a command and then I would show the polite version of it. So
Yes.
the first command I would like to mention here is open the door. Now what could be the polite version of it? Could you please open the door?
Yes.
The next command is send it now. What's the polite version of it? Would you mind sending it me now?
Mm-hmm.
The third command is check this, and its polite version would be, would you able to check this please for me? So using this polite form of like helps you build your leadership as well, and the intrapersonal communication also, and they reflect your emotional intelligence and also your professional qualities. So make sure to use these kinds of phrases. And one important thing that I wanted to really discuss today in this discussion is that is don't forget the clarity. Being
Right.
polite doesn't mean being vague. So always be clear about the task, whatever you are whatever task you are explaining, or whatever the things you are instruction you are giving any direction, whatsoever it is. Make
Right.
sure you are being clear about the topic, and also give step by step instructions. Okay, you don't have to hurry, you have to give a step by step instruction, and also mention the deadlines or the time frames if needed in any moment. Say for example, you can say, could you please upload that video for me in the drive form by 4 p.m. today. So this is the manner you can, like, you are being clearer that you what type of work you wanted to be get done. You are also following the step by step instruction. You are telling where to upload, how to upload, and also you are mentioning the deadlines, like by
Right?
5 p.m. today, by 4 p.m. today. So this shows exactly that you are in a perfect tone and manner. What do you say, Trishika?
Absolutely. Yes, because as I say, be specific. You have to be specific, right, Piyush? When you are saying someone to do something and you give only partial information, that will be like misusing of information or misunderstanding of information. You have to be specific. If you need
Right.
someone to complete their work on time, make sure to also mention the time, the deadlines, that by this
Right.
time you have to submit the particular project or assignment. And I also feel that some of the phrases which we can use to appreciate the other person, to say that we are thankful for their help, because it is important to appreciate them. They
Very
have
right.
just spent their time to help us so that we can navigate our place correctly. Okay, so it's very important to be appreciative and thankful, isn't it, Piyush?
Very,
We can use phrases like thank you so much for your help, it was really needed, right? Or we
very
can
right.
also say that I really appreciate your help, thank you so much for that, isn't it? And sometimes we can, like, if I have to demonstrate one last sentence for today, then just imagine, Piyush, someone is telling you, quickly tell me what was there, right? It is really sounding very very rude, very aggressive, even when you are smiling. Okay, it is really sounding rude. In place of that, you can just say that if you are not busy, could you help me with the directions, please? Even if you are in a hurry, make sure you are sounding polite. It's very important, right? So this were some of the things which I wanted to add. What was your opinion? Like, do you want to add something more from your side, Piyush?
Trishika, I think we have already added the
Hmm.
points which was quite necessary for
Yes.
understanding this topic. And
Yes,
I think our learners has learned a lot from this session.
indeed.
So I only wanted to say that thank you, Trishika, and thank you all the learners joining us today. We hope this session gave you a practical ways to sound even more polite, clear, and professional while
Mhm.
giving directions or giving the instructions, whether you are in the classroom, your workspace, or in the public figure. Always remember, use the soft phrases like could you please, would you please mind, or please. And keep your tone natural, calm, and respectful. The third one is always show gratitude, as said by Drishika, or the appreciation after the work is over or the task is completed. So, mastering these skills will not only level up your English, but also give you an intrapersonal on the leadership skills. Thanks again, learners, for joining our session, and we will see you in the next session. Thank you so much.
Thank you.